One thing to add, I've been using both Gowalla and Foursquare. I've been testing them for a while. I'm here in London. Actually, I find that I can check into Gowalla locations that are some distance away, even though I do find I game Foursquare. I walk by places and catch it, but they do give points. So what's the expression? What's the anticipation of that? If they're going to give you points for check-ins, you're going to want to walk by and check in once you walk by things. I actually don't see anything odd about that at all. One of the things they forgot to say about Gowalla, which I think, for me, puts Gowalla up with Foursquare, makes it at least equal, is the fact you can load photographs for locations, which is really super cool once it gets going. Because you'll not only have a system where you can check in, you can follow your social networks, you can look at places and things people have been, but once this really gets going, you're also going to be able to have, with Gowalla, which I'm using, you'll be able to have images that you'll be able to upload and download of specific locations. And I can see basically in this, geo-positioned mobile web that is Web 3.0, Internet of Things, having more than just text-based information, the ability to pull down and say, these are a number of graphics coming from this location, then the ability to pull that graphic information down, to lay it out in a KML, say on Google Earth, or load those particular images if you get enough into something like PhotoSynth in Microsoft, so you can get a three-dimensional. I think it really opens up that potential of virtualizing the world using images. You don't have that in Foursquare. You have check-ins and texts and mayorships. So really, they forgot to mention that photo feature. They weren't using it, but I think that Gowalla photo feature brings it up there with Foursquare and makes it something. I actually have to be honest, I'm dorky enough. I use something called InCheck, okay, which it looks like a check and it's in. You can basically download it. It's a free app on the internet. It's InCheck. Don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see that from there. But InCheck will allow you to check into both services at once. So in order to test both of them, I've actually been going around checking in both of them. One of the things you do notice is that there is a lot of difference between the definitions of venues in Foursquare and the definitions of venues in Gowalla. I don't know if that's going to necessarily be a differential, but they do map the world out slightly differently. They do, even though there is a lot of overlap, and the same things are named differently. Woodgreen Shopping Center in Foursquare is Shopping Center in Gowalla.